Good to have you with us in this edition of the Urban Debate. Viewers, one more time, we put the spotlight on the farmers' protest. Today was the nationwide bandh that was organized, that was called for by the farmers. And now, there will be a sixth round of talks with the centre tomorrow over the controversial farm laws. But before that, today, this evening, Home Minister Amit Shah has called farmers for talks. In fact, 14 farmer leaders, including 8 leaders from Punjab and 6 from Haryana, are meeting Amit Shah. Meanwhile, what we saw in the day, in case you missed it, there was limited impact of Bharat Bandh on normal life, on the common citizen. So even though the farmers and those backing them managed to make their point with this Bharat Bandh, it did not hamper regular life. Essential services were available in almost all of the cities. Transport services were mostly functional, at least in the metro cities. However, there were instances of protests, of course, that we saw in various parts. Mayuresh is joining me from Mumbai, Shrija from Bengaluru. But first up, I want to go across to Alok, who is actually joining us from Singhu border, where the farmers have been protesting now for 14 days. Alok, let's start with you. What do the farmers have to say about the bandh that took place tomorrow? Do they feel they were able to get the message across?
See, Tanvi, the bandh was called by the farmers just to show their strength, just to show their power, and just to build pressure on the government so that these farm laws could be repealed. Now, what the farmers are saying that today, Home Minister Amit Shah called them after seeing the bandh, the response of the bandh, the impact of the bandh. This is the farmers' response. In fact, at 5 p.m. when the farmers briefed the media, they categorically said that their bandh was completely successful. And on the basis of that, Home Minister Amit Shah has called them for the meeting. In fact, the 6th round of meeting is going to be held tomorrow. But now the farmers are saying. But if we talk particularly about the national capital and NCR region, this is the most volatile area as far as the farmers' agitation is concerned, because most of the farmers are sitting at the bordering of border areas of the national capital. Singhu border is the main protest site from where this agitation is leading. And in fact, 35 farmers association members, union leaders, today also held the meeting, and now they have gone to meet Home Minister Amit Shah. As far as whole Delhi is concerned, we saw there was a little bit impact, but not much impact, because it's a NCR, and in fact it is a metro city. So what the farmers are saying that they have got the impact, they have got the response from the rural areas nearby from the national capital in the NCR, whether it's Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, or Punjab or Rajasthan. But if particularly in the national capital, we saw that most of the mandis were opened. However, there was call by Aam Aadmi Party that mandis should be shut. But we saw that the mandis, most of the shops in the mandis were opened. I'm talking about the sabji mandis. Market associations, we saw that markets were also opened. The traffic, as far as the traffic is concerned, we saw that there was at various areas, especially at the border areas, there were some traffic problem because the farmers are sitting, blockade is still there, but transports were available for the people. Very less impact as far as the whole city is concerned, but the farmers are saying that they have got response, they have got impact from the rural areas nearby national capital, and they are claiming that it was successful, and definitely that led the government to come down, and that is why Home Minister has called them for the meeting. Definitely another round of talk, what we can say, but there is 6th round of talk is scheduled tomorrow. So eyes on today's talk and also for tomorrow's talk, but main talk is going on tomorrow. We have to wait and watch what will happen from right now. Back to you.
Okay, so of course we have to wait and watch what happens tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is the big day. So before I go across to Shrija and Mayuresh to get also a day's update on how was whether or not life was impacted in these cities, I want to go across to Mr. VM Singh, the national convener of All India Kisan Sangharsh Coordination Committee. He's joining us right now. Mr. Singh, thank you for speaking with us. Can you now help us understand what is the plan for tomorrow? What is the strategy for tomorrow for the conversations with the government?
It's a very simple thing that we have said categorically from day one. The first meeting was held with Rajnath Singh and the Agriculture Minister way back on 30th of September, where we categorically told him, it was a delegation of 5 people from AIKSCC. We told him categorically, also sent him an email the next day, that 3 bills have to be set aside, repealed, and a 4th bill wherein we need a guarantee for MSP should come in. It is because that if you are going to go an extra mile for the corporates, why don't you fulfill the promise that Mr. Modi made in the 2014 elections? I've been hearing all over people saying that the Congress said this and this one said this. For God's sake, what you said in your manifesto, first complete that and then take on the manifesto of the Congress. So we have a very clear thing. Mr. Modi in his manifesto said, I will give you what Swaminathan said, that is C2 and 50% over and above that. I'd like to tell your viewers right now what C2 is all about. We say A2 and C2 and FL, people don't understand. A2 is the cost, FL is plus family labor. This was given by Manmohan Singh in the Kharif crop in 2009 after the report came in. We rejected that. We said, no, we want C2. And now Mr. Modi in 2017 has given what Mr. Manmohan Singh gave in 2009 in 2017. And what is C2? C2 has an addition now which says rental of the land must come in, interest on the loans must come in, besides that depreciation on the capital. And capital means what? It does not mean a tractor which people don't have. Marginal farmers don't have that, but they still have the implements. On the implements, you have the bullocks. I mean, you have the bullock carts, the bullock. Then you have the male buffalo where you till the land. So all the depreciation on that, they are not going to live till eternity. After 10 years, they need to be replaced. So all that also comes into account. If somebody makes bread, you don't say that bread only takes so much of yeast and this, that, etc. and we'll pay for that. You pay for the infrastructure, pay for the capital cost. You pay for every goddamn thing and then sell it. Na? That's exactly what Swaminathan said. And Mr. Modi said, I will give this to you if you get my government in 2014. They still haven't done that. And that is why we said that after repealing the 3 acts, you get in a new act, what you promise. That's it.
I like how you say, Mr. Singh, that's it. And I know you tried to simplify it for our viewers to understand. But the hurdle with this is that the government is not willing to repeal the 3 laws. They say you tell us clause by clause what changes have to be made and we can discuss those, but we can't take all of it back. Now, are the farmers saying there is nothing good with these 3 laws at all?
I'll tell you something. In fact, the day these laws came out on 5th of June, 2 days later, I wrote an article in the papers and various articles. And then AIKSCC only gave a call for 26th and 27th to come to Delhi. Punjab farmers, we invited the Punjab farmers on 27th of October, had a meeting with them and they decided to come later. It was a call of AIKSCC. Now, everyone has been saying now that this is a Punjab agitation, Haryana agitation. You'll recall as such, on 25th of September, my colleagues were on your show that time. I think Avik was there, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a Bandh at that point in time also. But how many Bandh does this government require today or need today to actually see the light of the day? When the farmers are saying we don't want it all over the country. Don't just try and create a rift here and a rift there and try and wriggle out of it. If the farmers don't want it, why don't you repeal it? Where's the problem? We don't want it. Now, if tomorrow somebody in your channel says, okay, I don't want this, the owners will not give that. Employers will not give that. If somebody wants a raise, well, he's giving a raise. You don't want it. Okay, I take it back. Don't push it in. If I'm diabetic, don't say, meetha khao, khana padega. Why? We know this is bad for us. These are not good laws. If you're going to give us something nice to better our lives, We'll fall for it. We'll thank you so much. I'll give you a small example. In 2018, when AIKCC came to Delhi, when all the bunch of leaders came on our platform, if you recall, 28th of November, then a week later than that, Mr. Modi came out and said, Kisan Samman Yojana, I'll pay farmers 6,000 rupees. Now, 6,000 rupees is 500 rupees a month, 6,000 a year is 5,000 a month, 17 rupees a day. We did not say no to that. Whatever you're giving is a bonus. Why would you say no now?
Right.
And then, knowing fully well that even that 6,000 rupees, a sugarcane farmer, he is losing 40,000 rupees per acre because you are not giving 1.5 times. The cost of production is 300 rupees as per the government notifications. Give us 450, you're giving us 300. Even if it's 150 rupees less, 400 quintals an acre, you have to pay us 60,000 rupees per acre. 5 acres, 3 lakh rupees. You are taking 3 lakh rupees and giving us 6,000 rupees, and we still didn't say no. So if there was anything in these bills, we would have taken it lock, stock and barrel.
Mr. Singh, my last question to you, and that is to do with what happened today, the Bharat Bandh that had been called for by the farmers across the country. Now, many are saying, well, it didn't really impact life. The shops were open, the services were running, essentials were available, transport was running. And there is, a group that says, well, your Bharat Bandh failed, which means you don't have the support. It's just a small portion of farmers, maybe backed by a political party, who are raising this issue. What do you have to say to that?
I have to say, please thank the farmers, for God's sake, for being so peaceful. Please look at Uttar Pradesh, where they said nobody does anything at all. In every district, go district by district, there were 50 bunds at least in every district, big ones. But if we didn't spoil the transportation, if we allowed people to go where they're going, shops are closed and blocked everywhere all over Uttar Pradesh. But then, if you say that our goodness is misconstrued, it's subjective. It's up to you entirely. It was a super Bharat Bandh. It was a good Bharat Bandh. And it is only an eye-opener for the government. Mr. Modi, see, Mr. Amit Shah, now that you are in there, I don't know where there's no law and order problem, but if Amit Shah can say, okay, he can do a better job than the Krishi Mantri, he should rather get the Krishi Mantri portfolio also. But he can also see now that if the Bharat Bandh opens the eye, it's an eye-opener.
Well, in fact, because you raised that point, we do know that Home Minister Amit Shah is set to have a conversation with about 14 to 15 leaders, farmer leaders. There is still lack of clarity on where it's going to happen. In fact, we've just got a comment even from Mr. Rakesh Tikait saying they're also figuring out the details, but there will be one meeting today. And then, of course, the official conversation between the farmers and the government take place tomorrow, again, the 6th round. VM Singh, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us here on Mirror Now. That's the national convener of the All India Kisan Sangharsh Coordination Committee there, speaking on why farmers are protesting. And I think that it is a good thing if normal life didn't get affected, but the farmers were able to make their point. They were able to get solidarity and support from various different departments and services and sectors involved. That just goes on to show that they can peacefully continue to ask for what they believe is justifiably their right, and the government should do for them. In fact, let's go across to Shrija. First in Bengaluru, Shrija, take us through the details. What did we see unfold today as far as the Bharat Bandh is concerned?
Well, Tanvi, it was not really much of an impact as far as Bengaluru is concerned, a city. But if you're talking about the farmers' belt in North Karnataka, including Dharwad district, Ballari district, Kalburgi district, Yadgir district. Now, these were some of the districts where we witnessed several of the farmers had taken out of the streets. They had blocked the national highway, which also included the Mysuru-Bengaluru highway, and also putting forth their demands to the government. And what's more important over over here is at a time when the country was observing this Bharat Bandh. We saw how Karnataka government just passed the land reforms bill. In fact, the most contentious one. Also, remember, the farmers have also been protesting or demanding the government not to pass this particular bill. Also, what we understand as far as the city of Bengaluru is concerned, yes, of course, the public transport was, of course, not affected at all. You had the KSRTC, the Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation, including the BMTC, the Bengaluru Metropolitan Transport Corporation, the Ola, Uber, Taxi Association, Auto Association, even though they were willing to lend their support to the farmers, but the services continued to remain uninterrupted, and it was just like any other normal day. And of course, throughout the day, we witnessed at least about 3 protests taking place in the city of Bengaluru. That is, the farmers took out in a rally from Freedom Park to Town Hall, and then we also witnessed yet another protest at Maurya Circle. Another most important thing that we saw right outside Vidhan Soudha, the seat of power of Karnataka, what we saw was several of the Congress leaders, the stalwarts, coming out in support of these farmers. So this is exactly how the entire day panned out here in Bengaluru, and it was very little, or almost to say not much of an impact to a common man. But of course, in North Karnataka districts, we did see several of the farmers taking out in protest on the streets, blocking national highways and also burning effigies.
Okay, so that's what happened outside of the big cities where protests took place and even effigies were burned. Mayuresh, was that also what we saw in Maharashtra? Not so much impact in cities like Mumbai, but what about, the farming belt of Maharashtra?
Absolutely, Tanvi. If we see right now also, I'll ask my camera person Rajesh Khade to pan the camera and show you the visuals of the, so you can see that this is the same amount of vehicles you can see usually on the Mumbai roads, including the public transport. So there was not much impact on the public transport, especially in the city like Mumbai. As you said, as you asked about the farming belt, yes, we saw that intense protest happened in the farming belt, especially in areas like Nasik and the rural areas of Nasik, Ahmednagar city and the rural areas of Ahmednagar, and even the rural areas of Pune district, because these are considered as a farming belt. And even in past also we have seen whenever the farmer protest had happened, in this particular area it has seen as an intensified farmer protest. So that had happened. But what was important connected to the Mumbai city, that the APMC market was closed. APMC market had extended their support to the protesting farmers in Delhi. So the impact, what exactly impact happens, that we need to wait, because APMC is the largest market near Mumbai. And almost we can say 80 to 90% supply of vegetable, fruits as well as the essential groceries comes from the APMC market of Vashi. So now we have to wait for some time to see what exactly impact that the Mumbaikars can feel tomorrow, because will there be any kind of increase in the prices of these vegetables, or will there be a shortage of in the supply of vegetable, fruit or the essential grocery. But as far as Mumbai is concerned, there was not much impact which we observed. Yes, there were few places in Mumbai and in nearby Mumbai, a small town like Thane, where the protests happened. All the protests were the political protests, where the Congress, NCP, Shiv Sena, as well as Samajwadi Party, they participated, or they conducted these protests against the central government and the law. But as it was expected that there will be a nationwide burn, but Mumbai didn't see that burn. It was almost 90% to 95% Mumbai. Mumbai experienced a routine today also.
All right. It's a very important part that you raised, Mayuresh, when you said that the protests that we saw were largely political. And yes, while the farmers of several of the northern states have come out separate from the political parties, what we saw being organized in many other parts of the country were actually also political protests. Thanks so much, Shrija and Mayuresh, for bringing us those updates. Now, that's as far as the Bharat Bandh is concerned, the issues of the farmers, what they want to discuss tomorrow with the government. We've covered all of that. Now, let's come to the politics side of it. What happened unfolded in the national capital today? Hours of face-off between the Delhi police and the Aam Aadmi Party workers over the alleged house arrest of the Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal. Yes, the Aam Aadmi Party, including the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, claim that Arvind Kejriwal had been put under house arrest, was not being allowed to get out of his home. Nobody was allowed to go inside his house. And that is when Manish Sisodia even went and sat on a dharna outside the CM's house. And then he began to make phone calls. This is, unprecedented scenes that we were looking at, where the Deputy Chief Minister is sitting outside the Chief Minister's house on a dharna because he was claiming all of the people who were with him were not being allowed to go inside. And then with a microphone, he connected and he dialed Arvind Kejriwal, who was inside. He had a conversation with him. Then he called up a series of other people on the phone with the speaker on to really sell the claim that the Chief Minister of our national capital of Delhi was actually under house arrest. All of this while, the police kept telling us that no, Arvind Kejriwal is free to go where he wants. We haven't stopped him. In fact, there was also a video that emerged of his visit last night that showed that obviously he's being allowed to go in and go out. And after hours of this face-off, by the end of it, Manish Sisodia and others were able to go inside and meet Arvind Kejriwal. So what was this? Was this simply some political theatrics and drama that was unfolding? Was there a genuine concern and a need to put the Chief Minister of Delhi under house arrest? What happened? Let's say good evening to Gopal Krishna Agarwal, National Spokesperson for the BJP, and Atishi, National Spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party and an MLA in Delhi, also joining us this evening. Atishi, I want to come to you first. Why does the Aam Aadmi Party believe that the Chief Minister was not allowed to go out or nobody was allowed to go in, contrary to the claims being made by the other side?
I think, Tanvi, the question is not of claims. The question is of hard evidence. And the hard evidence is the fact that the Chief Minister's personal staff, Chief Minister's domestic staff was not allowed to enter the Chief Minister's residence. Yesterday, MLAs who had official meetings with the Chief Minister were not allowed to enter. Mr. Akhileshpati Tripathi, the MLA from Model Town, when he wanted to go and meet the Chief Minister, the police dragged him away. They hit him with their batons, they dragged him away, 4 policemen put them and detained him in a van, and they did not allow him to meet the Chief Minister. Today, because of all the hue and cry that was raised by the Aam Aadmi Party, the police said 2 to 3 people can go in at a time and we will decide who goes in. Isn't this what happens in a prison? When someone is a prisoner, you show your ID card, you get a permission, and 2 to a few people can go inside and meet the prisoner. He is the Chief Minister of Delhi. He can meet whoever he wants, whenever he wants, as many people as he wants. So it is very clear why this happened. Yesterday, Delhi's Chief Minister, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, went to the Singhu border, showed his solidarity with the farmers, went and inspected all the facilities that have been placed by the Delhi government and the Aam Aadmi Party volunteers. And today, there was the BJP being scared of the Bharat Bandh, was even scared of the fact that maybe Arvind Kejriwal would go out and support the Bharat Bandh. And I said exactly this in the morning in a phono to your channel, that in the evening at 5 o'clock, all this drama will end. People will be allowed to enter because this drama is only being done because of the Bharat Bandh.
So why were people not allowed to enter, Gopal Agarwal, even if it was about the Chief Minister not being allowed to come outside? Why were people not being allowed to enter? I don't understand that.
It is completely laughable, Tanvi, that you are Atishi is saying that what she is saying is hard fact and what the police is saying is a claim. If this is the way you debate, then you are taking her words on the face value and saying that why Arvind Kejriwal was not being allowed. Then why are you not talking about police claim? So this is not the first time that we are seeing the theatrics by the Arvind Kejriwal. There are several occasions when the same things happens by the arm. They are doing all kind of theatrics and anywhere just to get the limelight. Now they were thinking that the farmers' agitation is taking all the limelight and I am left out of it. That's what is pushing them into this theatrics. If they have well-wishing of the farmers, they would have allowed today's focus on farmers' agitation. You yourself, your report said that all over India, it has become more of a political agenda of political parties. So the real issues of farmers are just being died out of it. What today Arvind Kejriwal and AAP has done is complete harm to the political movement of the farmers. If they cannot understand this, then they don't basic understanding is lacking. What has today's theatrics
Tanvi,
by
I'd like
Aam
to say
Aadmi
something.
Party helped the farmers' cause at all? All limelight shifting to them. So the farmers should be worried. The way they are taking, putting their, using piggybacking on the farmers' agitation, these political parties, is completely harming. And now come to the real issue of farmers' woes, farmers' problem, the reforms, everything.
I would like to
The
respond to
government
what
is
you said, Tanvi.
completely ready. Yeah, we will give you a chance, madam. The
No, you will not,
government is
I will.
completely.
Mr. Gopal Agrawal, I know you got to speak a lot today. You always complain I don't let you. But don't forget, I am still the moderator. We will come to
No,
the
no,
part
but,
about
you
what the
started
government
in the
and the
wrong
farmers talks
presumption.
in some
No,
time.
Tanvi, you started with the wrong sentence. That why the police did not allow. You should have
But the
asked,
police
did the
did not
police
allow.
allow or not? That
the
would have
police
been
did
fair
not
enough
allow.
on your part.
The
So the
police
thing
did not
is
allow,
that
Mr.
Atishi is
Agarwal.
saying
The
is
police
a
did
fact
not
and
allow.
the
There is
police is
hard
saying is
evidence
a
of that.
claim.
Okay, so
This
let's ask
assumption
Atishi.
is
What's the
completely
hard
wrong.
evidence,
No,
Atishi,
but
that the
let
police
us
did
talk
not
about the
allow?
farmers.
I don't know
let
if you
us
know,
talk.
but I have
don't-
seen two very
I
interesting
have
videos,
nothing to
Atishi.
say
1
on
minute,
the-
Mr. Agrawal. 1 minute. I have seen two very interesting videos. One from today of Mehbooba Mufti shouting, desperately asking from inside the house, the gates locked, she's unable to go out. Similarly, we had seen a video of Salman Soz at the gate when he was under detention, not being allowed, even though the claims were contrary by the establishment. Now, I understand that hard evidence. What's the hard evidence that Aam Aadmi Party has about this claim?
I
No,
can
he
just show
talked
you
to-
a video if you want, Tanvi,
The video
of how an Aam Aadmi
Deputy
Party.
CM sitting
1
outside.
minute, Mr. Agrawal. Let
Mr.
Atishi answer. Yes.
Mr. Akhilesh Pati Tripathi,
We see
Aam Aadmi
Netflix
Party
and
MLA
many dramatization of
Mr.
many of the issues.
Mr. Agarwal, can I please speak now? Mr. Akhilesh Pati Tripathi, Aam Aadmi Party MLA from Model Town, had an official meeting with the Chief Minister yesterday evening, and he was dragged away by the police. 4 policemen dragged him away, and they hit him when he was trying to pass the barricades and enter the Chief Minister's residence for an official meeting. This is, if the MLAs of the city, of the ruling party, if the MLAs are not allowed to meet the Chief
Tanvi,
Minister,
are we living
then
in a
how are any
democracy
citizens-
or autocracy? Madam,
Absolutely.
what is this, the
This
way
is
they
exactly
talk
my question.
institution?
Why is it?
That
why
is your
is it
question.
that there are hundreds
Yes, so,
of
sir,
barricades
this kind
there?
of,
There are
are
policemen
you in a
riot
drama
gears.
company?
But these 10
Is Arvind
people who are
Kejriwal
sitting
and
at the
our
gate of
party
the
in a
Chief
drama
Minister,
company?
Mr. Agarwal, please be
What
quiet.
they are talking
Mr.
about,
Agarwal,
is
please be
it
quiet.
democracy?
Mr.
What they are
Agarwal,
talking
please be
about,
quiet.
if the chief minister
Mr.
is not
Agarwal,
having
Tanvi,
this much power, he
Tanvi,
should
please
resign.
don't.
What
Tanvi,
is
please
doing?
don't.
Okay.
Mr. Agarwal,
No. This
quiet.
doesn't happen. Gopal
Tanvi.
Agrawal, you've been on my show far too many times to know this. I will give you a chance to respond. Let her finish what she is saying, and then I will give you a chance to respond. Yes, Atishi, you are claiming that an AAP MLA who came to meet the Chief Minister of Delhi last night wasn't allowed to enter, or he was dragged out by the police that's deputed there for the safety of the Chief Minister. 1 minute, Mr. Agarwal. Let's get this
I can
clear.
just show you a video. I
I
can
can't run a
here.
video because I haven't verified the video, so I will not be able to take any accountability of that or run that video, Atishi. So there is no point in running that video here. We don't give credence to these videos. But yes, tell us what
So
happened.
I'm saying that.
What did the police say? Why did the police throw him out?
The police said that no one is allowed to enter the Chief Minister's residence. Today morning, his personal staff was not allowed to enter, but you can contest that because you can say that we do not have video evidence of this. But there is clear video evidence of an AAP MLA, sitting MLA being dragged away by the police yesterday evening because he wanted to meet the Chief Minister. If this is not a house arrest, what is a house arrest? Today in the afternoon, the police said we will only allow 2 to 3 people at a time after seeing their ID cards. If you're an MLA, we will allow you inside. And we will allow 2 others. Who are they to decide who meets the Chief Minister? And there was so much police there in riot gear, with barricades, with water cannons, with tear gas, and they cannot remove 10 protesters who are sitting outside the Chief Minister's gate. They can stop 400 people who are standing outside the Chief Minister's residence, but they cannot remove the 10 people who are protesting outside the Chief Minister's gate. So it's very obvious what has happened. Yesterday, after the Chief Minister went to the Singhu border to show his solidarity with the farmers, after that, the BJP, the central government, decided that in case of today's Bharat Bandh, the Chief Minister will come out in support of the farmers, and that will increase the intensity of the
Okay, let me get a response
and
then.
that is
Okay,
the
let me
reason
get a
why
response
that this
from
house
Gopal
arrest was
Agarwal, because Mr. Gopal Agarwal, there is no evidence from either side. Let's be very clear about that. But it is hard to imagine why anybody would want to be dramatic and theatrical about a Chief Minister being under house arrest.
Why? I told you the first question. Why this dramatics always? This is just to wherever there is a chance to get the media coverage, that is there. What is there? What is to answer? If she tomorrow, if she says this is the problem, these are all claims and these are just allegations. You want me to answer on behalf of the police? Police has already answered. What BJP has to do it if they have any evidence. Go to now. You ask her to keep. Why she's speaking with you?
Yeah.
If they have any evidence of this kind of thing, I think
who will they go to? They can't go to the
possible.
police, obviously.
No. Why? If they have, I mean, in democracy, how can anybody arrest anybody without a warrant? Can Delhi police do this? If Delhi police has done, they should go to the court. They should go. They should prove tomorrow that Delhi police has done this. Anybody, even I, don't talk about Chief Minister. If in my house the police does this, I will still go to the police station, go to DSP, go to the minister or whatever. There are ample evidence. These kind of theatrics are not possible. If the Chief Minister is saying that this thing happened to him, either he is completely incompetent, either he is completely telling lie, or he is completely incompetent.
You know, I want to make this very clear. I want to make this very clear. It's not managed to take us away from the core issue, which is the farmers and their protests. But I think it's unfortunate. 1 minute, Atishi, I am coming to you. I think it is unfortunate that in our country today, there is this kind of a story really playing out, where one side is claiming that the Chief Minister, no less, isn't being allowed to step out and nobody is being allowed to meet him. And on the other side, the security, the police department responsible for his security is claiming there is no such thing. And you have the Deputy Chief Minister of that city, of that state, sitting on dharna outside. I mean, at some point, between the BJP and the BJP, governed organizations and the Aam Aadmi Party, they have to think about where do you stop? Where do you draw the line with your politics, and where do you actually start taking other issues more seriously? I'm completely out of time, but 20 seconds to Atishi, since she wanted to make a point. Yes.
No, I will
It's very clear.
This is not the way.
You can see the visuals on your
drama
show.
politics will not help. The thing is,
one at a time, please. One at a time. Atishi first. Yes.
I said you can see the barricades on the visuals being shown on your television. You can see hundreds of police persons.
Yes.
Why are they stopping all these people from entering the CM's residence? These are party MLAs. These are party volunteers. This is the general public. If the Chief Minister is ready to meet them, who is the police to stop them?
Well, I want to play out a sequence, in fact. As I thank Atishi and Gopal Agarwal on this, I want to play out a part of that sequence when Manish Sisodia was in the afternoon sitting outside his own Chief Minister's house on a dharna, speaking to people inside. This is Manish Sisodia speaking to the Chief Minister's secretary. Take a look.
अभी सुप्रीडेंट साहब से बात हुई है, वो ब्रिजमोहन जी हैं कोई, वो ये कह रहे हैं कि अंदर अभी इतने आदमियों को अलाउ नहीं कर रहे हैं वो। एक बार आप बात कर लीजिए, आप बात कर लीजिए, आप अंदर का डेकोरम प्लीज, वो बात करेंगे, मैंने बोल दिया सर,
कितने लोग हैं,
वो बात करेंगे,
सब साथ में नहीं मिलेंगे, थोड़ा आगे मिलेंगे,
थोड़ा तो मिलने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, हम लोग मना तो करेंगे,
हम लोगों को डर है, हम लोग को डर है ना भीड़ से, ये भीड़ आप लोग लगा रहे हैं।
एक मिनट शांत हो जाए।
सीएम साहब के सेक्रेटरी लाइन पे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि सबको अलाउ करो।
उनको ब्रिजमोहन जी को बोल देंगे ना
यार बात हो गई। सेक्रेटरी की नहीं सुनोगे, डिप्टी सीएम की नहीं सुनोगे, सीएम की नहीं सुनोगे, कौन है ब्रिजमोहन?
सर हम
ये कौन ब्रिजमोहन है? हाउस अरेस्ट करके रखेगा सीएम को?
नहीं सर, हमने उन्हीं से पूछते हैं, उन्हीं से पूछा है। आप उनको बोल दो सर प्लीज आप उनको बोल दो सर प्लीज।
कौन किसको बोलते हैं?
सर ब्रिजमोहन जी को।
कौन ब्रिजमोहन है? अरे डिप्टी सीएम साहब की बात कर रहे हो।
And this actually went on for a long time. Manish Sisodia outside, Kejriwal not there. Later on, of course, towards the evening, like Atishi was saying, post the Bharat Bandh time, they did meet. Now, we don't know what really happened because there isn't any evidence to suggest the Delhi police actually blocked them. There isn't any evidence to suggest otherwise as well. But it is unfortunate that this is what politics actually comes down to in our country. Unfortunate when the Annadata of our country is protesting for what he feels is his right, is protesting because he feels he is being wronged by the laws that are being brought in. He feels betrayed and ignored and let down by the country. We are having to witness these kind of politics instead of our governments actually coming together to help out our farmers.